Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Erica, and welcome to The Purple Mic. I'm joined tonight by Jolon and Ben, and of course, two new amazing faces tonight. I want to introduce everyone to our beautiful LaShonna. LaShonna, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so honored.
Homie.
And one of my amazing and best friends, Tony, we've known each other, oh my God, for over 20 years.
I've known you since I was 16, and you're a little younger than me, so.
Yeah.
He's trying to tell your age. That's all.
Right.
You're telling our age now.
Hey, hey. My age is already set. Look at all that gray.
Yeah.
We're honored to have you. I'm so honored to be a part of this project with you. This is going to be a fun night. We are walking into our next episode, which is part 2 of our series Sexology Libido II. We are discussing all things sex, libido, arousal. And tonight, we promised we were going to turn it up a little bit, so get ready. I see your dial.
I feel the heat. I'm so ready, excited for this one.
Yes.
Let me put on some Barry White for the ladies.
I was thinking about that. Putting out that it's a song by Chris Brown called "Heat." That thing goes in too.
Oh goodness, not Heat.
You ever heard that song by the Ohio players called Honey?
Oh yeah. Okay, I go old school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me find Chris Brown Heat right now. Hold on. Y'all going without me.
Get them right. Put on some Genuine. That'll get them right.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Please head on over to our YouTube. There you can subscribe and click that notification bell so you can be alerted the next time we drop a video. We're also live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tonight is the night we announce our fall cash giveaway winner. So stay tuned. End of this episode, we will make the announcement of who our fall cash winner is. So, ladies, you ready to take charge of this conversation tonight? Put these buttons down.
I don't mind when the lady take charge now.
I mind.
I'm here for it. Look,
I mind.
Sometimes it's okay to lay back and let a woman take charge a little bit.
I don't know if my life insurance is paid up for this.
You're gonna make it through. Right, you'll be okay. You'll make it through. Just let us do what we gotta do. You know, you'll be all right.
Hey.
Relax and enjoy the show. Literally.
Right. Water and Viagra.
So tonight we're going to put our questions. Later, as you know, we have a couple of games that we like to participate in and play, men and women both. So our first question of the night, aphrodisiacs. Ben, I love your expressions, man. They include a lot of foods, a lot of tasteful desserts. What's the real on aphrodisiacs?
So you go, Chris, got all the classic ones. I won't go to that because I'm sure that we will probably go through some of those with some of the other panelists. I know for me, there's a couple of like supplements that I take, just kind of my everyday. Like I do a lot of I make my own supplements, like herbal supplements. And so there's one in particular I would suggest for men. It's not just for aphrodisiac, but it's good like a hormonal balance. And if you work out, I do a lot of working out. It helps good for that. It's called Tongue Cat Ali. And it's a herb. It's a Indonesian herb. You can get it, at any kind of health food store. I go to 7 Under here in Atlanta, in Little 5 Points and gets it. And I put it in some of my other formulas, but it's really good for that. And I noticed, I do that to get a nice little workout, and then in the morning time, I had that. I'll be, that
strength in the morning
time. You know what I'm saying?
Ready to go.
You know what I'm saying? Be ready for that playtime. You know what I mean?
What do you feel when you say that you feel something? Like, what are you feeling? Is it all over, or you just feel stronger? Like, what do you feel?
Well, it does help you. Like if you're in a minute of a workout, it gives you more endurance in your workout. So of course, it's going to give you endurance in other types of activities. And then it actually, you feel it in your lower chakra. You know what I'm saying? You feel it. It's gets you
Get you
get
going.
you going. Yeah, get you going.
Just
You know,
go ahead and
that
say it.
look, you have you that on that little Caesars. You know what I'm saying? You on
Oh,
that little Caesars.
Oh, hot and ready?
Yeah,
hot and
hot and ready. Exactly.
I'm ready. Yep.
On that little Caesars.
that's what we don't want.
Pizza,
You'll know what
pizza,
hot
or
season is.
pan.
Hot and ready.
Right. Yeah, hot and ready.
LaShonna, moving over to you. What are your thoughts on aphrodisiacs?
Uh, all right. So,
Need some wine, boy. Hold on, let me.
Right?
I feel like, aphrodisiacs are something that, enhances or increases, your desire of someone or of something, depending on what you like to do. Depends on you. I think, some things I do eat that I notice for me, I like to eat strawberries, and strawberries are considered an aphrodisiac. Watermelon, of course, is also considered an aphrodisiac if you didn't know, because there are some women who like to squirt. So therefore it helps because you get dehydrated from that.
One mother's pearl.
Skeet.
So you do need to be hydrated. So I can say, but it increases your desire for someone, or it increases your libido just a little bit, not a lot, but those are certain things that you can, take and eat, and that we actually eat throughout the day that's actually natural. So when I do eat those things, I do feel a higher desire to be like, hey, where you at? I'm ready to go. What you doing?
That sneaky link. Hit that sneaky link.
Right. What are you doing today? Like right now.
That's dope. I did not know that. Watermelon.
Yep.
Interesting.
I just learned something new.
Right? I did too.
Time to go to the store. Right
Oh, and then Beyonce. I've been drinking watermelon. She said it in her song too.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Oh,
Watermelon. Yeah. She said that.
Water, yes.
Yeah. She said that.
So that's what that meant. You
Okay.
can eat artichokes too. Artichokes help also, believe it or not. It looks like a little heart. You're plant artichokes is really good. If you eat it natural or if you bake it, it tastes really good in your food. But not put it in a dip, just artichoke itself. Just cook it and eat it, and you're good. You're good to go. You're good. So just know, so if you do feel like a tingling sensation and, juices get to flowing, and you be like, hi, how are you? Let's go.
I love flowing juices. That's one of my favorite things. Juices be flowing.
So I'm not 100% sure because I've never dabbled in aphrodisiacs. So I'm not 100% qualified for that because I've always told the joke that it doesn't take much to get me going. All I need is a sunrise and a soft breeze, and it's hard.
Yeah.
She blowing.
That's all she got to do. Bam! That's right there.
What do you say?
And it's right there. JR is ready. What? Hey, we name everything, so his name is JR Pokenstroke.
Bro.
JR
I got the last name too.
But you know what? That I got mine is Super Stroker. Yeah. So I feel you.
Super Stroke. You got
Super Stroke her.
Stroker.
Super Stroke her.
You got to give him a name. He's got his own
Super Stroke
personality.
her. Yeah.
Oh, Super Stroke her.
Right.
Her.
Super.
Not a
So
super
I
soaker.
don't really know.
Yeah. Super
Right.
Stroke her. Gotta get.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I get the emphasis on the her part.
That sounds like a sex toy.
Exactly. It really is though.
I don't know. I just know that women should eat pineapple if they want to taste sweeter.
I love pineapples.
Huh? Somebody said that? Yeah. I don't know if it's like an aphrodisiac, but I heard chocolate is an aphrodisiac too. So a lot of people do chocolate covered strawberries because it's like a 2-for-1 special.
Right.
I've heard that oysters are an aphrodisiac. I don't know exactly what they do because they are slimy and disgusting. So I couldn't tell you from experience.
I can't tell you either.
But I know that chocolate strawberries. Didn't know about the watermelon. Didn't know about the artichoke. And then the soft breeze works for me too. Just a little something,
See?
just come
When
close. I
when
think
it don't take much.
it don't take much for me because, to be honest with you, I can go right now. I
Oh,
don't need no
all right.
Viagra. I don't need.
Okay.
I'm just naturally giving the heat. You know
See,
what I'm
got
saying?
that little Caesars. You got that.
So,
Need to have that
hot
Hot and
hot and ready
ready.
sign.
yeah, the bottle hot ready.
Got the
Yeah,
Yummy, we got Little Caesars, all these
Yeah.
names.
soft
Yeah.
breeze,
We got it
watermelon.
all.
We got it
Yes,
all.
I think we got it covered. We got it
Yeah.
covered. Everything's covered.
Yeah.
I'll move over to the subject of hygiene. How do men feel about all of the Bath and Body Works, all of the products that women come to bed and smelling like, all of the strawberry and the cherry and the cucumber and the summer rain? And then ladies, when a man comes to bed, is it your thing to want to have some smell good? Or is it okay if he comes to bed smelling like, he took a shower, but he's still smelling kind of musty? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Jolon, I'll start with you on that
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm so glad. My face is like,
Yeah,
please.
because your lips were just like,
I was ready to go. Let me tell
I'm
you
ready
this.
for everything.
Let me tell you this. Whoever in Paris, France, I believe that's where cologne was created. I want to just kiss his feet because that right there is the greatest invention ever to my nose. So I think that people who shower did a good job, but you didn't do good enough if you don't put on some cologne. I hate seeing a guy who's super fine, dressed nice, walk by and nothing. I'm like, nothing? No? Unattractive. Next. Top left. You have got to smell good. Like, I don't understand why men, it's just the pheromones. It draws me in.
yes.
That's why I'm hot and ready whenever. I guess that's my aphrodisiac. The cologne.
The smell. The smell.
smell.
It's smell. Your aphrodisiac is smell. Ooh.
Thank you.
Okay.
That is my aphrodisiac. So take a shower and then spray all up and down.
Right.
Get it right.
Interestingly enough, smell is the closest sense to memory. So like if you
Absolutely.
certain things, it's like, so if you smell, I don't know if you ever had that experience where you smell something, it takes you back to like a time, like it should be a slight little scent or something. And I think back on something, I'm like, wow, like it just bring me back. So yeah, I've experienced that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the closest sense, or
Erica's
it
like,
activates
smell me.
memory the best. Yeah.
Right.
Erica's like, I smell that.
Ah,
Smell
1994.
that memory.
Tony, what are your thoughts on smell and hygiene? Is it important for a woman to have that thing together?
Yes, it is, but I think nowadays, to a certain degree, you women are going overkill with it. Cause y'all got bath and body spray, y'all putting deodorant on, you spraying a little something on your special area, your hair got to smell a certain way, your lipstick has got a scent to it.
Oh, perfume that.
And a flavor, strawberry.
Right.
Yeah, it's to a certain degree, it's a sensory overload. I'm a little old school. You don't need a whole lot of makeup. I don't think you need a whole lot of, perfume or something on. Just come correct, make sure it's clean. Yeah, spritz a little something, old school, dab it behind your ears, that kind of thing. And come to put some work in. Get your Gatorade, your water, and let's put some work in.
Electrolytes.
Yeah. Let's keep it real. But on the other side, as a man, I don't personally care for cologne. It used to be big when I was younger, and I put cologne on all the time. But the older I got, I was like, this doesn't work. At least not for me. I don't see what it's doing, and I don't see the benefits of it. So,
well, I'll tell you what the benefits are.
Let me talk about you real quick. You look, me and you gonna be happy with the good old scent of a pimp. That's soap. SOAP. Some scent of a pimp.
Scent of a pimp. Oh,
scent of a pimp. Yeah.
Acronym.
Acronym.
Oh, wow.
Acronym. Scent of a pimp. Okay. I hear you, bro.
What are you?
LaShonna, move over to you. How important is scent in hygiene when it comes to your
That
man?
is funny.
It's very important to me. I don't like to. There's certain smells on men I don't like, but there is one that just drives me crazy. I like for when he like the musk of him, but not that stinky musk. Like if he's been outside playing basketball and he comes back in and you can just smell the pheromones from him.
Right.
That's what I love.
The
I
man
love the smell. Like I love that type of smell. If he wears cologne, yes, 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 yes. I'm like, where you at? I need to see you. Like, come here. Like, especially if he leave the bed and his stuff still smell like it, his where he sleeps that still smell. I want to roll right on over, cover right on up, and be right in that area. So it is very important to me that he has his hygiene together because hey, you ain't going nowhere around here with the hygiene not
Right.
okay.
Yeah, that's
No
what
bacteria over here, boo. No, thank you.
Right.
Move along.
Thank you.
So okay, so a couple of things. Well, number one, just to go back to the original question, because okay, so first of all, I agree with kind of both ends. I'm more so like I'm definitely about sense. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Tony made a good point because like the sense of smell is called olfactory sense. You know what I'm saying? So you can have like an olfactory overload. You know what I'm saying? Where you have so many things going on that kind of like disrupt some things. But I love a nice scent too. Like I love a sweet scent, kind of what you ladies are describing. Like you walk by, you smell a woman, or like you go for that hug, you put your nose on her neck and you smell that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just go behind your back and everything. You kind of feel, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel all of that, and especially going to the bedroom. You know, coming out the bathroom, having a little scent on you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not too much. You know, like bro said, like not hair, lips. You know what I'm saying? Your neck got one scent, then your body. You know what I'm saying? Like every part of your body got different scent. But I definitely agree. For me, like, and actually too, another big thing, and I think this is part of because like a lot of where the pheromones are, like if a woman's hair smells really good, like that's like the first thing I always smell. Like if the type of conditioner she's wearing, or like if I can tell if she sprays her hair like especially like African women, like they put those African oils and stuff in their hair. You can smell it, like yeah. So really, that's one of the biggest things for me, like the scent of a woman's hair, and then like the scent of her body as well. So I agree with all of that. This is the thing, man, and what I think we all have to agree on or understand. Like everybody has a scent, you know what I'm saying, or all yonis have a scent. Like some smell more odorous than others, have a stronger odor than others, but all you know what I'm saying. Like if you down there and you doing your work, you're gonna smell it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes it could be olfactory overload, you know what I'm saying, and some hygiene things, but sometimes it's just like the scent. It's like, hey, look, I love it. I'm gonna love every part of it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a
All right now.
dab, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Okay.
put it down,
Moisturize.
yeah, make sure
Right.
you know, and,
Hey,
make sure my
make
beard, make my
your
beard
beard
grow out.
grow,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All that. So hey, look.
And if you're giving oral sex and that smell is like kind of pungent, or are you so turned on that you're in the experience?
Well, yeah, it's that. I mean, I've been in some experiences where you know what I'm saying. I've smelt it and it was a kind of a
Like,
turn off a little bit, and I'm like, I'll still do it because it's like I'm not gonna, stop the moment, but and I'll talk about it or whatever. We'll, whatever. But
mm-mm.
yeah, I've been down there, and sometimes that's happened, but that's very rare for me at least. You know what I'm saying? Most women I've been with, like they get themselves together, but every now and then you might encounter that. Now then that's when you're like, all right, it's time to get in and get to work. You know what I'm saying? So
But you know what's funny? I've asked guys if they've ever been with a female and that's happened. I'm like, have you ever told her that she has like something going on? And they're like, yeah,
Right. Oh.
because it may be, just like BV or something that's common. It may not be something that's like really crazy, but
Yeah.
it's like she may not be aware. Well, you will
that
be
one,
aware.
and
You
it's real
will
hard
be
to.
aware with BV. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and it's
You're
really
gonna
hard
know.
too because I've had that conversation, and it's you know I could tell it was embarrassing for her. You know what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
was kind of a you know actually, what I did is I tried to make a suggestion, and she got a little upset about it. And it's like I don't know how to really have that conversation because I know if I was being told that, I know I would feel some kind of way too. It's an embarrassing thing. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be as delicate as possible. You know what I mean? And maneuver and everything and be gentle about it because I know, smells is one of those things like any kind of body odor. Like it's one of those things. It's embarrassing. So you want to
Right.
be try to be delicate and gentle about it and
Mhm.
hopefully the other person can receive it the best way they can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tony.
So
What are your thoughts if a woman is?
Brother, I'm sorry, that conversation will never, ever in your lifetime and in mine, nor in the future, will that conversation ever go well on both sides of that. I'm speaking from truth. I've had two unfortunate incidences where when I was in my early 20s, I was dating a young lady, and we hadn't had sex yet, and we were doing something, and the smell of her crotch was coming through her pants, and I could smell it.
Easy.
So it just it turned me off right then and there, and I just snapped because I'm a direct individual. I told her, I said, you need to go wash your pussy. You know, I
Grandmother's
told her just like that. Yeah, oddly enough for me,
give it
let me say, lucky enough for me, she didn't get an attitude. She went and took care of it, and I was grateful for it.
Did you guys resume after she did that, or?
Well, we weren't in the act of doing nothing. I was doing something at the computer, and she literally just came to see what I was doing, and she stood next to me, and me sitting down. And
Oh,
her
so it was like
standing
right
up,
there.
her crotch was like right there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around like, where did that smell come from? And I track it to her crotch, and I got no filter. I just
track it.
Use the GPS.
Right.
Okay,
It's you.
Everything is fine until like, whoop, it's right there. And you're like, oh.
Like that song.
You need to take care of this. Go get that vagina mouthwash. Go work that out.
Oh man.
So years later, unfortunately, I'm married, and my now ex-wife, she had that problem, but that was largely due to her diet, and so I couldn't, or I didn't go down there with my face, because my basic theory is, if I go down there with my face and I got a beard, all them juices gonna get in, and I'm gonna be smelling that shit for days right up under my nose, and I wasn't gonna have it. Because come on, brother. As a man, when you have sex, and when you're done, you smell her on you for at least a couple of days. You unzip your pants, that hit you in your face. You're like, "Ooh, it's either a good smell or a bad smell."
Really?
Yeah, we can smell it, because it's in the, if you got a lot of hair around your crotch, those scents and things get transferred, and they stay there for a while. Even if you take a bath, it just stays there for a while. So. We can,
I learned something
if you've
new.
got a sensitive nose like myself.
Yeah.
You heard me?
I mean,
I did not know that. Ben, is that true?
Well, yeah, for the most part. Like, I know I can definitely, like, if especially like when you first with somebody, like you can sense it for a while. I mean, I know if I wash my face really well, depending on, and there's certain things I do exfoliating gloves and stuff like that for my face. And so, I get, when I get in there real good, what I'm saying, I can, and I use some different types of oil, some tea tree oil soap and stuff like that. So I can get it out for the most part. But he's right though. Like I could still, like, you go use the bathroom, it's like, oh, Stacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it's either a good smell or a bad smell. That's just how it is. It's a good smell or a bad smell. If it's a bad smell, you like, oh, fuck. And if it's a good smell, you like, you remember the good times, what we did,
Right.
that kind of stuff. So, unfortunately, my ex-wife, it was her diet.
Do you remember?
Her diet was not the best, and her diet was rich in seafood. So, when we got down to business, that's what I smelled. I smelled seafood down there, and that's not what you want to smell down there. It's not the
hot day at the docks.
Exactly. It smelled like shrimp that had been sitting out in the sun for 5 days.
Oh,
that's what I equated it to. That was not the business, and I would tell her,
not 5 days.
Damn, that's a long time on the docks, bro.
Hey, brother, you don't know what I was smelling.
Hot
box to the whole meaning.
That's that sun-dried shrimp. God dang.
Exactly. That was not the best smell. And so I tried to have a conversation with her. It didn't go over well. It caused an argument. She thinks I'm being mean. I'm telling the truth because, on my end, I gotta smell this. You don't smell it because you're accustomed to it. That's your scent. That's your odor. And I'm telling you, hey, you need to try and take care of this. At first, I thought it was just her not hygiene wise. I thought she wasn't washing, but when I thought about it, Motherfucker take a bath twice a day. She got to be washing that thing.
Right?
So I had to deduce on my own what it was. I was like, what is she eating? What is she doing?
Right.
And I had to sit there and really tell. I said, look, we need to change your diet because it's affecting the downstairs plumbing. So she didn't take too kindly to that. She didn't really want to change what she was doing and what she was eating. So unfortunately, I had to start picking and choosing when I wanted to get me a little bit and when I didn't. And I wanted on a regular basis, but I was like, I don't want to deal with the smell, days after. I don't want to deal with that. So I just kind of backed off.
I'm still stuck on this. You can smell a woman days after you have
it's pheromones. That's the real definition of pheromones. You can smell that stuff.
Wow.
Everybody's got their own scent.
To his earlier point, though, like if you shave, like the more hair you have on, the more you smell. Especially like you said, like I really have to like get in with the gloves and like really scrub real good to to get rid of, especially like in your privates and stuff like that too. I notice when I manscape really well, it doesn't hold as long or it's not as strong. But
Exactly.
yeah, if you don't manscape and you got all like it's gonna be you'll still be smelling her for a while. Yeah. So.
Well, how important is a sexcation? So you get on vacation, your partner never seems to want to have sex. Is that an issue?
Definitely.
I'm gonna start with you.
Yes.
Guys, they're just like,
Yes.
That's when
I'm
you find
sorry.
somebody
Let me
else
make
on
sure the
vacation.
mic is on. Hell, mother fluffing, yes. We on vacation. What you think this is?
Hello.
Get that booty up.
Hello.
We ain't here to do the electric slide.
Nope.
Well,
All right.
or maybe you are, but just need to be in the
we do the electric slide on the dance floor. Let me put it like that. We here to walk around butt naked in the room and not be disturbed. That's the purpose of the vacation.
wow. Okay. I think we all agree on that one then. I don't know. Like I've been on vacation so many times and it's like, that significant other will just kind of be chilling or like, just doing their own thing. And it's just kind of like, we're not here to be on our tablets, on our cell phones. Like
here to be on each other.
Exactly what Tony said to do.
Right. Why are you even bringing tablets?
Time.
Yeah, there's no electronics allowed outside of your phone. I don't want nothing else but you, and that's it.
I have to disagree with that. I am so sorry with you ladies, but I have to disagree. You're talking to a man that fixes electronics for a living, so I need you guys to bring your electronics on vacation, so when you break them, you can call me and I can fix them.
Oh, okay. Well, when you want to get them, here's the deal.
This is how I keep my daughter fed. Bring your electronics on vacation.
Here's how this is gonna work. When you bring it on vacation and I get mad and I break it, then I bring it to you. How about that?
That's fine.
All right.
I could tell you of many stories I've heard where the electronics got tossed at the partner on vacation.
There you go.
Happens all the time.
So how do you handle a situation like that if your partner is one of those individuals who is just not really that into you, but you get back home and you guys seem to be able to get it on? Like, how do you handle a situation like that, Ben?
I've had a couple experiences where it was more so like not necessarily that we didn't want one another per se, but it seemed like every time we went and had a vacation, something we got into, it was like something happens every time. It got to the point where it seemed like it was like the universe kind of like conspiring against. I was like, yo, like why are we always? It's like either we get into it or some kind of circumstance or happenstance, and it's just like it disrupts the whole mood. Like probably 8 out of 10 times that was happening in one of my past relationships, and it just got really to the point where it's like we didn't really plan anything. Cause it's like, man, as soon as we start planning some stuff, you know what I'm saying, then it's like something gonna happen. So I don't know what that is. I came to realize after the fact that it might have been because we weren't meant to be, and so the universe was like, hey, look, you're not gonna be happy in these kind of moments, you know what I'm saying, because this ain't who you're supposed to be with. So that's kind of the conclusion I came with after it. But yeah, but to your point, man, like going on vacation, man, that's the time. That's when you're supposed to really be, like I said, not on tablets, but on each other. You know what I mean? Like that's that time. And so that's some of the funnest times too, because you can be, as unabated as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't care who can hear you. You know what I mean? Like you can just be you about to, you know what I'm saying, tossing each other all on. Like you Jolon on chandeliers, you know what I'm saying? Like you just all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you got your tablet, it should be a list of the different things you want to do with each other, so you can like say like
Look,
Yes.
Hello.
Erica, you might not
So
like
like,
it, but
okay,
that's the time you break out the porn and see what they're doing new.
hold on.
Hello.
Erica
That's
about
when
get
you
to battle
break it out.
stance.
Yeah,
Up to
Erica
date.
about get to
I
battle
know.
stance.
That's when you break
She's
out the
about to get to
porn.
battle
You like,
stance.
what's new in the porn world? Let's try this.
Oh goodness.
I'll take notes on that one. So moving right along, are multiple positions important, or is a lazy lover okay? Someone who likes to just have it missionary all the time.
I will take hell yes for 500, Pat.
Do you wager everything on that? You wagering everything.
Right.
Okay.
Double right there, boy.
I don't know. No, that's not cool at all. Like I need
exciting.
different positions, different places, different
I wanna
like
put you in
I need my
seven
leg
positions,
up, down, bent
seven
over, flipped around, moved around. Let me ride, cowgirl, every kind of position.
Yes,
I
all of that. Yeah.
Reverse on you.
want all of that. Just don't do
I
one
see you,
position
Sean.
on me. Like,
Yeah.
pass me on that.
Miss me
No,
on that.
I don't want it. Thank you. I don't want.
No. That's monotony. That's boring. That
I
takes
cringe.
fun out of it. I mean, I just need to
Thank
know
you.
what I can do. You know how.
Thank you.
Amen. I want to know what my body can do.
That's my
Can
guy
I
right there.
lay behind my head? Like, I
Thank
can't do
you.
that right now. You know,
Yes.
but I would like to try. Can we try
Right.
that? Can we,
Oh,
you know what
all
I'm
right
saying?
now.
Can you hold me
Like,
up?
can I?
You know what I'm saying? I want to see your
Yeah.
strength. Can
Okay. All
you
right,
push me up against I mean,
yeah.
I want to hear some tumbling
like
and rumbling.
surprise. Thank you. I want to hear the bed shaking, and I thank you. I want to hear the bed knocking.
All right now.
Just, not neighbors hitting the wall.
Smackdown.
Hey, y'all need to calm down. No, thank you.
Nigga talking is dumb, yo.
Oh man.
You gotta keep it exciting. I mean, come on now. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
It's just,
that's
for
that's
me,
real.
it's just not okay.
Right.
Because that's real. I can honestly say I've had one or two good sexual relationships, and one of them I knew damn well. Anytime I got with her, I needed to stretch because it was gonna be some shit with her.
Exactly.
like,
yeah,
literally.
that's right.
There
Look,
was
that's
one
right.
girl
Stretch it
I
out.
dated.
Let's go.
There was one girl I dated. We had sex so much, I got in the habit of making sure I had a case of Gatorade, some water, and I stretched before I went and met her.
The workout.
I cramped up
Right.
once, and I learned my lesson. I was like, oh, she come to play. She punched her time
That's
card.
happened to me so many times. That Charlie horse, I'm like,
Oh, that Charlie
Exactly.
horse.
That Charlie horse, boy. And see, if you catch the Charlie horse, you're supposed to hurry up, drink some water real quick, and then it eases it on out, and then you stretch it out, and then you just get back in it.
I learned my lesson from that. When you get a
Yo.
Charlie horse and you cramp up, that's a potassium deficiency.
Bananas.
That's true
that.
too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bananas.
that
Have
is true.
bananas by the bed, some Gatorade, some water, some wine.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I learned real quick that I had to plan ahead when I realized what I was dealing with.
I see. Ben, I want to get your feedback on that one. A lazy lover. Is it okay if someone wants to remain in the same position all the time?
No, not at all. So first of all, y'all know I'm an athlete, so I love athletic activities, and I'm also a lover. So I love to do so combining the two is definitely necessary. As a matter of fact, to quote Tory Lanez, I want to put you in 7 positions for 70 minutes. You get it, babe? You know what I'm saying? Like it's time to get to it. You know what I mean? Like I like different positions. I like to, I want to. Yeah. So it's like, I love, because that's the thing, like, the thing about, making love and what I've learned, what I'm saying, like the science of like anatomy and things of the nature is that, the human body, when it comes to like sexual arousal or any type of arousal, it's really based on like, the central nervous system and, blood flow and things of that nature. And when you get to these different positions, it's putting your body and your nerve channels in different orientations. And when you hit these different spots, I mean, it activates different parts of your body. And when you go to these different positions, it's not just to be doing something, it's actually to like orient your body into certain ways to where it brings the most pleasure. And you can find out some things you can find them spots. Like it's certain positions I found for particular women, like each woman kind of got their own spots and everything. You put in that one, and when she get to giving that,
For
she
sure.
giving that like, you know what I'm saying? She been dancing.
She start pop locking.
Yeah, start pop locking. You know what I'm saying?
Locking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
step on no toes, Pastor.
You
Don't
know,
step on no toes.
I'm just saying, bro. You start hitting them, buttons and start activating some
Hey,
things. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, she
look,
be
yeah.
trying to pass the collection plate and ain't
Yeah,
even in
yeah, yeah,
church.
yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So trying to get that church fund up. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely necessary. You know what I mean? I like to be I like to do the positioning, you know what I'm saying, to figure her out. But I also like for her to like, you know, like that's one of the things about when you first start making love to somebody, like learning their body. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be a little awkward, but some of the times it's fun too, because it's like, okay, she might tell you like right there, like, and I'm this other thing when she tell you right there, my
You gotta
dude,
be there.
stay right
Stay right
there,
there.
like
Stay right there. Stay
There.
right there.
thing going right
Stay right
Call it
there.
what it is.
Don't
there,
Not just
move or
right
go
there.
left or
Right
go
the
right.
fluff
Right
there.
there.
right
Right
there,
the up there.
Pitch a
right
tent.
there. Like don't
Buy some tickets.
right,
Stay
yeah,
a while.
yeah. Settle in for the moment.
Mhm.
And then stay a
Settle in.
while.
Yeah, just
Stay
slide
a
in.
while.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
Call Uber.
right,
Tell them
yeah. You
bring
know what I'm
something
saying?
to
Look,
eat.
right, yeah. Get your
Break
Uber
out the
Eats, yep.
grill. Oh,
Absolutely. Stay right in
Not
that
the
pocket.
grill. Not the
Stay
grill.
right
It's
in
the
that
bring it
grill
pocket.
for
on
me.
home for
Yeah,
mama.
yep,
Oh
absolutely.
man.
Stay right in that pocket on her. Yeah.
I mean, it makes it fun, and it makes it like, so it's not too drawn out too, because you could lose momentum if you move, and it's like you got to start all over again, start the clock all over again.
Because that's the thing. Making love is like making music. You know what I'm saying? It's about position. It's about tempo. You know what I'm saying? It's about a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, you all right? Erica
Sorry.
kind of going somewhere a little bit.
Hey,
She was
you
going somewhere. I'm sorry.
stepping on some toes,
I'm
Pastor.
sorry.
Wait now.
Stepping
Look,
on
but
toes,
yeah,
Pastor.
it's so yeah. When you start hitting them, you start hitting that spot and that rhythm and that tempo and that depth. You know what I'm saying? And that strength, like just like when you play, you
The
can play. Yeah, you can play just like
Oh,
again. It's
LaShonna
like
and
an
Trips now.
instrument.
She waving her hand, y'all. Oh yeah, crazy. Yes.
See?
Oh yeah,
Right.
and
See?
so that's the thing. Like so it's definitely positions are very important because it gets you again. It gets you to learn the person's body. Yeah, like we talking about the other day, when that hot and ready, you can just get right to that one little. You already know that particular chord, just like in a just like on an instrument. You got different chords, right? You know,
Yeah.
certain instrument, certain notes in succession. You know what I'm saying? You get to that one little. Oh, you find out what her chord is. You're like, okay, let's just get right to that, and it gets you to that high note, if you know what I mean. So
Okay.
Church
yeah.
say amen. Amen.
Amen.
So faking orgasms.
Oh
Women,
Lord.
and I'm guilty.
I'm guilty too, but keep going.
Why even bother to fake it?
Okay, so
Yes, go ahead.
I think it's just one of those things where like, we know you're putting it down and you're doing it so well, and you
Yes.
don't want to break your heart. We don't want to tear down your ego, but I don't know. It's how Ben described. If you just took your time and you danced in that sexual experience with the woman, then you guys could really find what works for the both of you. But for a man that's just like, yeah, I'm that man. And it's like,
And so that's why you need to tell the truth and break him and hurt his feelings real quick. Set him straight, and then you can start from there. Once you break his ego
yeah,
and tell him what to do from that point on, you're good.
She's way too sweet for that. She ain't gonna do that.
Erica
This is
will
okay.
hurt a fly, you hear?
So this is the thing. Like, okay, so to Tony's point, I absolutely agree with you, bro. Like, and I think it's a way to do it. Just in the same way you have a man needs to have the conversation if ever, or man or woman need to have the conversation when it comes to hygiene. Same thing with this. Like, it's interesting because I had a past lover that she could not stand the fact that so with me, like I can go, like I got a lot of stamina, but once I, come to that conclusion, I can still go, but I'm not gonna come to that conclusion or that high note again, sometimes for like 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can keep going again, I can keep it going. And she did not like the fact that, she was having, 4 or 5 high notes to my one. You know what I'm saying? She felt like it was a disparity there and like she wasn't doing, her job or anything like that. And so I was like, you should be happy that, I like that ratio. You know what I'm saying? I want to be at least a 2 to 1. Like for every two of your high notes, I have one. You know what I'm saying? at least for me. You know what I mean? And
Because
so
that's what it should be. Any man in the right frame of mind should want his woman to be satisfied as much as possible.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
and that's the way it should go. Because I've dealt with a couple of women that with the same problem you had. They're like, "Well, how many did you get?" I'm like, "Well, I had one." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "That's not the point. I want you to get yours."
So
I,
did you spend the evening until you got it right, until you found that?
If you have the right person, and yeah, you got that kind of communication, that kind of dialogue, y'all can talk about that kind of stuff, and if you're real good, you can talk about it in the midst of doing it and figure it out right then and there. I already got you on speed dial, girl. I already got you on speed dial.
I don't like. For me, I'm gonna be completely and blatantly honest. I've never faked an orgasm before. Now I do purely enjoy sex. I did before I even like had my first orgasm. I was like probably in my late 20s, maybe. Yeah, like my late 20s when I first had my first. So I've never faked one, but I enjoyed the act of having sex, of pleasuring the other person, and so on and so forth. Um, but if I felt like that person was off, I'm like, hey, you weren't quite as great as you were the night before. I need for you to bring your A game, because if I'm bringing mine, I
Yeah.
need for you to bring yours. And he would look at me like, for real? But I was
It's a small
honest
ego
about it.
crusher. It's an
I could
ego
not do
crusher.
that. I would feel so embarrassed if I did.
Really? No. Now when I did come up against someone who was like, "Hey, I'm not getting mine until you get yours," and he put that work in to do it, and I was like, "Hey, what is this? Oh, okay, so this is what I've been missing outside of enjoying the act of. I've
Right.
been missing this. Ooh, okay, good. So once I met that person and he was just like, I'm gonna put in work before I get mine, you gonna get yours. And I don't care how many times you come, oh, you gonna get yours. I was like,
hmm
okay, cool. And then
and
after
that worked.
that, I was just like, hey, so when we gonna do it again? He was like, hey, I will beat you to the bedroom. Let's go.
That too is the art of conversation. That in itself
Right.
is amazing because we talk about communication all the time in relationships. That doesn't exclude sex. So if you're
No.
not fulfilled, then what are you doing? You need to communicate that because all along he thinks he's putting it down, and you sit up here like that.
Exactly. That's why I
Yeah.
said
Then
you
that goes
need
to
to
the
say
point of
something.
faking the orgasm, though, because if you're
Exactly.
not gonna tell
But
him,
then that's
he
what you
won't
got to
know.
do. You have to tell them. Stop
You
faking
gotta
it.
tell him.
And that's the
All
thing. And
these
you can
brothers walking around here thinking they got the best dick on God's green earth because all these women are faking orgasm.
Right.
you
That's
gotta
what he
have that
said.
post game wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that
Exactly.
post game and you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to talk to your other star player. Like, look, how did this go down?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's you gotta have that. You gotta have that. And I think and I know for women it's for anybody, like it's even, I've had some, relationships where, or some experiences where it was kind of like mediocre. And I mean, it's not like you're going to tell the person like, and again, it's especially in a relationship. Like, sometimes you have your A game nights, sometimes you have your B game nights. Every now and then you might have, some worse than that, you know what I mean? But so it's going to vary, but you want to average out to be A game. You know what I'm saying? You want to, out of 10 times, you want to bring your A game 7 of them 10, you know what I mean? And the other 3, you might have, off game, just like you plan to, in any sport. But yeah, you want to do that. So for me, I think I love communication. So I always ask, and I always say, look, be honest with me. You can say those things in a sweet way to where
Mm-hmm.
a man can receive it in the right way. You don't just be like, yeah, your D was trash tonight. So you want to go like that, but you know what I mean. But just say,
There's a
Not
lot
like
of
that,
brothers
but
that need that
right.
Right.
conversation. There's a lot of brothers that need that direct conversation.
I
'Cause,
mean, I feel like this. I
some
don't
Mm-hmm.
need
men,
it quite like that for me personally. I
you
just
know,
need, just let me know. Hey, look, baby, this I would have preferred this or this, that, woo, woo, you know what I'm saying? I think you're great and everything like that, but let's try this next time, woo, and I receive that. Okay, baby, I'm gonna go right to the drawing board, start drawing up another play. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. But
you know,
just like what you just said, you're ready to receive. A lot of people, men and women, aren't ready to receive that
that's facts.
information. That is tops with anything that I do. tell people. I've been honest with people when they're trying to tell me, give me information. I stop them. I say, hey, you know what? I'm not ready to receive this right now. Hold off, and I'll let you know when I'm ready, because I'm not going to concentrate on what you're saying or what you're telling me. I'm not going to comprehend it. So that works in every aspect. Try and get the
Absolutely.
situation to the point to where the person is receptive to what you're saying. It's going to benefit everybody all the way around.
Absolutely.
Big
So on
facts.
the flip side, how does it make a man feel? How do you men feel if a woman comes to you and tells you, "Hey, look, last
Oh, you
night."
hurt. You hurt.
Oh, wow. See.
Yeah, you hurt. A man and his dick is his ego. So
Mm-hmm.
you sit there and you crush his ego. That does something to him. And most men, we put that brick wall up real quick, and we become combative and this, that, and the other. Because you talking about my boy. We just put in work, or we thought we put in work, and you're sitting there telling me that wasn't enough work. I need the full 4 quarters, and you only gave me half of a first quarter.
Part time.
Yeah, but that's a conversational thing. But like I say, you faking the orgasm doesn't help, because all these brothers out here thinking they're putting on bomb ass dick, and they really not.
Yeah, it bombed, but it wasn't bombed.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It bombed.
It bombed, but it wasn't bombed.
I mean, I have done it like Erica said. It wasn't because it was like, this person that you've been with for a while, but it's like that night maybe I was tired. I just wanted him to get his and go. You know what I'm saying? So he could, sometimes I'm on the like, I'm giving to you. I don't necessarily have to get mine tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for you right now because I'm tired. I'm into it. I love you.
I'm just here because I don't get fined.
Right? I'm saying. I'm not denying you.
Right.
Hold on, but I'm not denying you like some people do. Like, you're not getting it tonight.
Yeah.
I'll at least oblige you and let you
Yeah.
get your rocks off, and we can go to bed happy. I got a little something. I may not have gone all the way, but I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Some nights I'm like, I don't really want to come tonight, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
So I've had that particular conversation, and everybody falls on different sides of that. So when a woman doesn't want to have sex and your man does want to have sex, I guess the question is, why do you give in, or why do you not give in? That's to me, that seems like a double-edged sword type of thing. He's hard and ready to go, but you don't want to do it. So some of you women just give him some booty to satisfy him. And some of y'all fake their headaches and this, that, and that.
Because then he's gonna be like, I'm gonna get blue balls. I'm like, I don't see. They look brown to me.
but at the same time, here's the crazy part about that. You saying, so he won't get blue balls or something, but at the same time, he could go in another room and masturbate. So you not.
They don't like that either, bro. They don't like that.
I understand that, but there's a lot of different avenues for that to go. Is what I'm
Erica about
saying.
to come through the damn screen right now.
I'm just trying to get a better understanding.
But for me, it's not necessarily because I'm rejecting you or I don't want to have sex with you. It's just that, you were just saying, like, I'd rather you get yours tonight. Sometimes I feel like that. It's okay. I'm not judging you because you want to have sex and I don't. I'm just going to let you have your free for all tonight. And I'm going to roll over and go to sleep. You're satisfied. I don't have to hear your mouth talking about blue balls. And we good.
See, just what you did, that kind of hurts. Because you was like, okay, you not enthused about this. You just tooting up the ass so I can do a little something, and you ain't even into it.
And I'm like, do it quick.
Why even go through that? Why even go through that? That's my question. Won't you just be honest and say, hey, I don't feel like doing it. I'm not up for the work. Won't you just go and rub out that easy one in another room?
See, for me, I've been in that situation before where I did not want to, but my significant other did. But because I knew his body, I wouldn't tell him necessarily. He just kind of figured, because he knew me so well. He was like, I know you're not really into it. I'm like, no, but because I know his body, I know how fast I can make him come, and I know how fast I can go ahead and get this over with and done. Because one, I'm tired. Two, like, I love you enough to make this sacrifice to give you me, so that way you will be okay, you will be satisfied, you can go to bed, I got me a little something so I can go right on off to sleepy, and you got yours, and so you can go right on off to sleep, so we're both happy. I'd rather for you to come to me than, I mean, granted, if you want to go rub it off or whatever, that's fine. For me, that's me, I don't mind. But if you want some, yes, and I'm ready, and I'm not necessarily like, telling you no. I'm not gonna tell you no. If I love you enough, yes, I'm not gonna deny you. Why would I deny you? Because I know
Right.
it's good. So I might as well get me some. Hurry
Right.
up and get you off, and I
Right,
can
and
go
I
to
may
bed.
just come
You
out
can
of
go
it.
to bed.
No,
Right, and I may just
Both
come.
ways.
You never know. You may hit that
And
one chord,
I
and
ain't
I'll
gonna,
be
I
like,
ain't gonna be
exactly.
saying.
And you know what?
About that.
Me personally, like I again, like I always do, I try to understand both sides of the perspective, or both perspectives of the argument. But I understand Tony's point when it comes to like a man knows when his woman's engaged and everything like that. But I'm more so on the end of like, okay, well, I know she's not in it, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I can get mine off, like the lady said. And sometimes it's been a couple of those occasions where I know she wasn't in it. And then, like you said, I start to hit something a little bit, and then
I
that body
wake up.
start to let
Oh,
I'm saying, open
yeah,
up a little bit, and then you start to,
yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, and then it's like, okay, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm ready now, you know what I'm saying? So by,
Right.
right,
But I'm not
make
gonna just lay there like I'm just a limp noodle. I'm
right,
gonna be
right. I'm
right,
not just gonna
engaged.
lay there.
I just
yeah,
said,
Right,
what
but
do you
we
mind
could
for
tell,
me to turn it on?
though, we could still tell, like when you're just doing it versus like when you doing it, we can
Yeah.
tell, you know what I'm saying? But again, sometimes you can hit that, that button or that
Activate.
chord
Still a
and
woman
activate,
who's climaxing,
yeah,
right? Her Kegel muscles start to contract when she's climaxing. Like you
yes,
Yep.
can feel
that's boy, oh,
Yes.
absolutely, like that's
Uh,
it's okay. So these are the
Like a
signals, at least for
wave,
me.
right?
Yeah, it's
makes it
like,
work harder.
yeah, and so,
I've
and
done
actually
that before. I've actually
that's actually,
contracted, and they were like, "Woo,
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
whole new level."
Okay. So here it is. Okay, so a couple things. Number one, that's usually the time when the condom breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like when she grab it, that's when the condom break a lot of
Oh,
times. You gotta
okay.
be real careful with that.
mm,
Number two, so yeah, that grab is very important. And this lady, I think we talked about this in the cabin. Like the best time to grab is on the upstroke. So,
mhm,
right.
when
Yes.
he,
Yep.
when we talked about
Yep.
that,
The
so
upstroke.
not when he's going in on that out. See, just like on that out,
Oh,
you're pulling it out. So you want to grab it on the way out. And when he
yep.
come, I'm tell you that thing right there, Lord have mercy. It gets you.
like, come
Yeah,
here, boy. Don't go
yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Hmm.
Don't go no exactly. Yeah, tell them
Go
don't go nowhere. And
here.
yeah,
Mess around there and get all the credit cards after that.
all look, every
Right.
last one,
American
the
Hmm.
Visa,
Express,
American Express,
Get
the black
all
card.
of
MasterCard,
You be in there
all of
trying to on the index, you got an index card trying to color it black,
Right.
trying to get a black card. You know what
it.
I'm saying?
Damn right.
Mm-mm.
Get the
But it
keys to
reminds
the
me of that
house and everything.
right. It reminds me of that TikTok being sent me telling some I want you and I like
Yeah,
you. So,
oh my God.
so you either gonna give it to me or I'ma just take it and I'ma squeeze.
See, it's
Thank
one
you.
or the other. You might as well give it up willingly so that you don't feel bad about it. Like,
If you
At
guys
all.
are joining us here on the Purple Mic, we ask that you please remember to subscribe and like the episode. Please comment below. Our next question of the night: if a woman masturbates with a dildo and or a vibrator too much, does it make her insensitive to regular penises? LaShonna?
All right.
Hold up, let me get in so I can get some real listening on this one.
So some of you, not all, know about my extracurricular activities that I partake in. So there is a thing of if a woman does use that vibrator too much, it will desensitize your nervous system, where your click is. So it is not good to use it all the time. Now, if she does decide to use a dildo and it vibrates, it does the same thing. So you just have to be very, very careful with that, not to do it all the time. So it does kind of make you sensitive because it gets you to the point where, and I'm gonna tell this story, okay? I was at this one place. I was at this play party, okay? Don't ask no questions. So I was at this play party.
I got questions.
I plead the fifth.
We
I
got
got
answers.
questions.
We got answers.
So many
Hey,
questions.
I'll reach out, bro. We'll reach out to you after the broadcast. We'll reach out to you after the broadcast. We'll talk. We'll
Offline.
elaborate.
So
Elaborate a bit
I
on
was
the.
at this particular play party, and so there was a scene that was going on. And there was another scene that was going on, and this particular woman, she had been using a vibrator so much, to the point where she could not climax. She could get literally right there, but she could not climax. And so during the scene, a guy came over, he did what he had to do. They began to engage in sex, and she still could not climax because she had become so desensitized from the things that she was using. So it kind of does you the same way that if a person gets addicted to porn, it kind of desensitizes you. And sometimes with men, they can't really like climax, or so if they're not watching porn while they're having sex with you.
My point always.
So
thank you, LaShonna, for confirming that.
That is false.
so that does
Heresy.
happen.
Heresy.
No, I'm
Heresy. Abomination.
So I would say use it to a minimum, like literally use it to a minimum. If you're out there in that singlehood, hey, I understand. You gotta live your life, you gotta get it when you can get it. So I understand. But don't overuse it, and then do your best not to get those ones that are like there's one that's called a Hitachi. Yeah, don't get that one. Don't get that one. That one will ruin your life.
Can you spell Hitachi so I know?
Like, ask me for a friend.
I would just definitely have to say, if you ain't never squirted before in your life, you will. If you ain't never had an orgasm,
I want to just lay my eyes on that.
if you've never had
on my phone
a
right
full
now
body,
searching for that.
If you've never had a full body orgasm, you will. That is one of the most high powered ones. They've come out with the little massaging drill things, with the balls and stuff like that, to help massage your body. Now I've seen some people use those things for other areas. So just do your best.
So what I'm hearing is that
to get those things.
what I'm hearing then is you need
we
some.
love you, girl.
So what I'm hearing is that there needs to be some organic in there somewhere. It needs to be some heartbeats and some organic in there somewhere.
Right. Yes.
Flesh.
You need the body and everything. You need flesh. Yes. You need the strong arm. Going in there. So for me, I do like toys and whatnot, but when I'm engaged in a relationship, I do try to put those things away. Now, if my partner is curious about it, then hey, you open the door. So that is on you.
Right.
So we'll walk through hand in hand together through the meadows. Okay.
Frolicking in the,
Right. Frolicking through the meadows. And I'm just as giddy as a little kid in a candy store.
Jolon, what are your theory on that?
Frolicking in them woods.
I mean, I agree. The amount of reading that I've done on, things like that, like, I feel like what LaShonna said is true. You don't want to desensitize your body to the real human touch, which is what I prefer. Like you said, if you're in your singlehood, that lay it down sometimes, yes, but I prefer, a person. I feel like the connection would be there, because after you look at the toy, you're like, you did that to me? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how you be.
Was
You
that
just
a silver
like,
bullet you just pulled out?
Huh? Yeah.
That looked like a silver bullet.
I mean,
you old schooling over there while you on the show?
I mean, I just grabbed what was near me,
Gotcha. Yeah, that side profile looked like that was a silver bullet. Man.
Don't try this at home, kids. Don't use a cell phone. You get electrocuted
at all.
Oh my God.
But I definitely agree to, use it when necessary, as needed. And, if you are single, there's other activities you can do to take your mind off of it. You can work out.
So toys are approved during sex in a relationship?
Say what?
toys are approved during sex in a relationship?
Oh yeah.
I think so. I think if you and your partner
I'd
discuss
like to, I'd like to hear
bringing in a
LaShawn.
toy, that's fine. But let me say this: exit only is not going to work for me. That part, yeah, no, exit only.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing going
Mm-mm.
up yonder. No, that's out. I'm out with that.
We don't play in the
miss me.
backyard.
No, I don't
We
play
don't
in
play in
the
the
backyard.
backyard.
I don't play in the backyard. No sir.
Oh, okay.
No sir.
So LaShawn, what do you think
Sorry.
about toys?
Yes. What do you think?
I think toys are appropriate if you guys both decide that toys are okay. Depends on what type of toys you guys choose. Whether
I wish I had my wine right now.
I'm trying to
I'm
see.
taking a big
I'm trying to see what I can.
So let me ask this then. So I understand how you are, but say you're in a relationship and you have been with a guy like 3, maybe 4 months, and y'all had done the thing, but you hadn't broke out the toys. If he brings it up in conversation and wants to introduce toys into the relationship, are you okay with that? Do you feel hurt by that? Do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel hurt by it. I would be like, oh, okay. So what type of toys do you like? That would be my question. So that way I can kind of right. So I can kind of gauge of how far I can take them into my world. So if they're only like at surface level, that's the only place I will leave them at, is at a surface level. Now if they want to venture, they become a little bit more curious about the things that I do, then yes, I will introduce them like, oh, come into my world. But they just have
So basically, everybody else got a little drawer. She got like a whole little chest. Like she just opened up like a treasure chest. Just like the light comes out of it.
Lord,
like,
lining. And,
that ain't even no chest, brother. That's Lord of the Rings right there.
right?
I'm just
That's an adventure 3 hours long. Hey,
I'm just saying, like, if they're into some certain things, then yes, I will. Like, if they like handcuffs and blindfolds and other stuff.
Go ahead, say it, floggers.
I want to hit up Go ahead, say it. Let's get the other 2 ladies on that. I need some opinions because we know where you stand. But what about the other 2 ladies? What if the guy wants to bring toys?
I want to hear from Erica.
How do you feel about that if he introduces toys into the relationship?
I think it's wonderful if you're doing all things with your partner, or you start doing anything outside of your partner. It's like very concerning. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be explorative, because that's also part of wanting to learn the body. And so if you learn what makes me tick, like, we're good. I think it's great. I don't think it's one of those things where we have to depend on toys. We should still, be able to dance.
Well, yeah, it's an assist. It's a spice it up kind of thing.
I think it's great because every time, like, we talk about relationships, we're always talking about how things become so lackluster and mundane. And it's like, what are you going to do to keep the fire? So, yeah, I think it's awesome.
Like they say, the hot candle. I don't know.
Yeah, you can. It's called wax. It's called wax play. You can play with wax play with low temperature wax that you can find on Amazon.
Y'all about to unlock Sean. Y'all better stop talking. She about to be unlocked. Y'all was like
she already unlocked. She's Super Saiyan 4 at the present moment. She already unlocked.
Yes.
Slow down, man.
No, I'm not. Look, my door is just cracked open. I'm not quite unlocked. So
I'm telling you, you don't want to.
Hey, you're the Incredible Hulk at the present moment in my eyes.
The Incredible
Hulk?
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Right now, you're green and you're raging out of control, and I'm loving it.
She ain't even mad enough yet, bro.
I know, that's the cold part. She ain't even mad enough.
You don't even.
We always play a game. Tonight we're playing BDSM. Dominant, submissive, lace lingerie, latex bondage.
I know who I want to hear from.
Tie up.
Don't
So,
do me first.
in a
Don't
game
do me first.
of Would You Rather,
Okay.
let's talk BDSM. Okay, so I'm going to go around. Dominant or submissive? Tony, which one are you?
I am definitely dominant.
Ben, dominant or submissive?
Definitely a dom.
Jolon.
I'm in between, but I'll say more.
Oh, you're a
submissive
switch.
dominant.
That
I'm
means
a
you're a
switch.
switch.
I'm a switch.
We got terms?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bro,
we do. I'm a switch. And
She's a
LaShonna,
switch
how would
with-
you know that? Oh my, we gotta talk.
bro, I'm trying
Yes.
y'all finna unlock. I'm telling y'all, it's like one of them features on, like, if you get a free app and you pay a little extra, y'all about to unlock her extra features in a minute. Y'all better slow down.
I'm a switch. I'm a switch.
I should have brought a notepad. There's so many new terms.
Yes.
It's so silly. It's so
LaShonna,
silly.
dominant or
Yes.
submissive?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. So there's other terms too, just that. So I would technically be considered a submissive, but particularly in the lifestyle, I would be called a submissive / a baby girl. So that's what I would be.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I have
Yeah.
the bottle. What is a baby girl?
A baby girl is someone who is she's very nice, very sweet. She is let's see what else. She would typically have a daddy dom who would typically take care of her, like make sure she's good, make sure she's fine, check in with her throughout the day, send her encouraging words, just kind of, send her packages. Yeah, that type of stuff. Yes, spank her if she needs it, all that other good stuff. So yeah.
Okay, next
Learning.
one. Lace lingerie or latex?
Hold on, talking about Erica. What about you? You didn't answer the question.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get the body pass that. Yeah, you don't go, oh, you having audio problems now?
No passing this shit.
Audible
No,
problems
you gotta
all the time.
participate too.
Her
man.
audio went out all of a sudden.
Right.
Everybody like, what?
Right.
Say I am a switch like Jolon. I think sometimes we talked about initiation last week. You have to be the initiator. So sometimes you have to walk in a room and say, you know what?
I want it.
Turn that TV off.
Can I?
This
And
is-
if I
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You all right over there, brother? You all right?
Yeah.
You good?
You need a fan, brother?
If I didn't know no better, I swear your pants just got tight.
Here's some breeze. Hold on.
Okay.
Got hot for you.
But no, I was
I'm
gonna say,
ready.
like, you can still, if I understand it correctly, you can still be a sub and initiate. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yes.
dom sub thing. Like it's more so.
Yes.
Well,
you
I let
can.
our resident expert. You know,
There is
elaborate
a
more on that.
hierarchy to all this.
Okay, so you can. So if you are a sub and your dom does allow you to top, it's called topping. It's called topping from the bottom, which can be allowed if they allow you to. But that is something that you guys have talked about already, and he already knows that you are going to top from the bottom. And like I said, it's a discussion that you guys have already had. So that means he knows you are going to top him, and that means he knows you're going to be not so much the dominant person still while you guys are engaging, but he knows you're topping from the bottom, and he knows
Slow
that you are
down,
the
I'm
one
trying
that's
to take
initiating and
Professor.
engaging first. So that's what it means from topping from the bottom. So you are
Okay,
initiating
I'm sorry.
first.
Do you have a PowerPoint on this? There's a lot of terms and a lot of hierarchy and all of this. I'm having trouble following.
Okay,
A
so
presentation.
let me see. Do I have one? If I can find it, I'll send it to you
So
guys.
she's-
Or
no, she-
I'll actually
you're
send you guys
joking,
a
but she
book
probably
that you
does, yeah.
guys. There is also a manual that you guys can read and learn about different stuff. But
manual?
yes. He said, but yes, though sometimes you can top from the bottom, and then when you say you're a switch, that means you can switch between a submissive and being and you're considered in your instance a dommy, which means it's a female dom. So you can switch between the two, which means you can be a submissive with a male dom, and you can be a dom in which you can have a submissive male or female, depending on what you like. So yes, it
Okay,
just all depends
so
on where
where
you
are
fall.
you and when can we hang out so I can learn some more? Because obviously I'm missing some things in life and I need to hang with you just a smidge.
Yeah, we didn't take that
Well,
class. We didn't take that class.
LaShonna,
Yeah,
followers tonight.
they didn't teach
Just
us that in public school.
this is just episode 2, man. We got a whole nother episode, but
right, we have
whole
a whole
nother
other
episode.
All right, our
episode.
next
Ooh.
one is lace lingerie or latex bondage. Tony.
I don't know nothing about no latex bondage other than what I've seen in pornography. And I'm not sure I want to dabble in that because that seems a little disturbing to me. So lingerie, I'll stick with the lace lingerie for right now.
Okay.
You know.
Good.
So wait, was it 3 options or 2? Would you say lace,
Lace
lingerie?
lingerie or latex bondage.
Okay, so it's just 2. Yeah, definitely lingerie, lace lingerie.
Okay. Jolon?
Wait.
Lingerie or latex bondage?
Are you having audio problems too now?
No, I'm just saying, is it for me? What I would like to wear?
What would you like to wear?
Okay, got it. Lace lingerie. Latex.
LaShonna.
Yeah, lace lingerie. I'm good with that.
I'm gonna have to say latex bondage. I
What?
like the whole. I just
You
like
dirty little minx.
lingerie is so predictable, but to put on that tight suit and then that
Hallelujah.
little strap around the neck, like
Ooh.
Hallelujah.
with the stick, little Catwoman.
Mm.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Let the church say amen. Ooh, Erica, you coming out. Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh,
Tony, you need
Just
a
to
fan
let you
too.
know,
Here you
there's
go.
a gift basket for you already in the mail.
All right, and Mom,
edible arrangements.
Right.
More edible, no arrangements.
like to continue to tie your
Oh.
partner up, or would you like to be tied up? Tony.
I'm tying up. There ain't nobody tying me up.
So, to a certain degree, I have to say I would do neither. And the only reason is because that whole basic instinct when she tied men up and she would kill them, that kind of jacked a lot of guys up. So being tied up doesn't quite set well with a lot of guys. It takes the control out of his hands and his life in your hands. So I'm not particularly in agreement with that.
Yeah.
So I definitely prefer to do the tying up, but every now and then, you know what I'm saying, like to Sean's point, you know what I'm saying, might top from the bottom and have a tie me up. But see, with me, I'm gonna be talking shit, so she's gonna have to like really like I'm gonna be. But anyway, that's something else. But yeah, so yeah, I would
What
like.
happens if you tie her up and leave and go make a sandwich?
You know what,
You
Jolon?
know what? I would tie somebody up. Ain't nobody tied me up. Nope.
So you feel confident a man would allow you to tie him up?
Yeah, it's me. Absolutely. Once I come in and turn
She
it
said
on,
it's
All
me.
right now, all right.
Absolutely.
right.
That's
That's
funny.
a
She's like,
confidence
it's me.
What
right
you call it?
there.
That's a dummy. Is that she's a dummy then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I switch it up.
So that makes a dummy switch. Is that what that is now?
No, she
No,
was
just
just
a
still. She
switch.
was
Combine
just.
the
She was
terms?
just. No, she said this would consider a switch. That's it.
She's
That's
still
the switch. She just
considered
can
a
switch
switch.
between the two.
She
Yeah.
just switched between dominant. I gotcha. Okay, I'm learning so much tonight. I've been deprived. They don't teach this in school.
All my life I had to fight.
Your parents don't sit down and tell you this kind of stuff.
No. The miseducation, I'm telling you.
You ain't lying. It's truly been missed.
So I'm going to get our last answer from our beautiful LaShonna. Would you rather be tied up or would you tie up your partner?
We already know.
Actually, I would do both. I am a rope bunny, so I would like to be tied up.
What
It's a
other
term.
things do you have under your name?
It's a term for that too. Yes, it's a term for that too.
How many things do you have under your name?
Whatever I like.
PhD, DDS,
All of that.
MD.
All of that.
GPS, LMNOP. What else you got?
But yes, so I like ropes. I like to be tied up. It's So yes, but I would also do the tying up, which okay, I have done in demos. I've tied wherever I had to restrain people and do demos. So
This
yes,
not a
so
game, bro.
that
This
is
is real
the
life.
fun.
It's real life, bro.
Yeah. So I
When
would do
is the
both.
next
For me, it would be both.
seminar?
Okay, at 8 o'clock sharp. Okay.
We actually haven't thrown a play party in a while. With my other friend who I work with, she's a switch actually. And we usually do them at her house where it's private. That way you kind of get the address and you come and we do demos and we kind of teach you guys techniques and how to use certain type of toys and so you can use them properly because you can hurt people with the
I
toys
will
that you
rent
use.
y'all an Airbnb and get a bunch of people in there just for y'all.
So we have been in the works of talking about having another one and putting one together, and stuff like that, and just teaching people how to use certain things and having them to ask questions about it if they're curious about it, because sometimes this can be a lifestyle that you live 24/7, and it could just also be a kink, which you only do in the bedroom. So that would be considered a kink if you only do it in the bedroom and not outside of the bedroom, where you have the dominant and submissive lifestyle, which is 24/7. But if you only do it as a kink, that means it's only in the bedroom and it's only in, surrounding sex and you guys playing and that's it. But then you do have people who do live this lifestyle 24/7 where they have a dom, they have a submissive, they say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. So they do have those type of terms where people live this life 24/7, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year.
Wow.
And that's just what it is.
Well, you guys have heard it all. If you are interested in the parties at Bodyworks by H.E.R.
Yes, that's her.
Thank you so much for watching tonight, guys. We are getting ready to announce our fall cash giveaway winner. Dun, 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 dun. I have...
Can I win?
You won the knowledge tonight. You won all the knowledge tonight.
I'm in overload and I'm trying to figure out how I can get in on these classes.
All of the instructions are down below to go ahead and follow all of the cast names at the Purple Mic as well as the Purple Mic. We encourage everyone to subscribe to our channel and to also tag your friends in our video. The only person who followed all of the instructions was Julie Fair. So Julie Fair, if you are watching, you have won. And you will receive your pro. I will reach out to you directly, and we'll go on ahead and get your information so we can get that out to you. We thank you so much for watching the Purple Mic as well. So for all of you guys, please remember to subscribe, like. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. We will be back for part 3. Jen, where's the burner, baby?
I need two pans for that.
Yeah, we're getting ready to crank this thing all the way up. So if you are ready.
After the conversation we just had, are pants optional? Asking for a friend.
So guys, thank you for watching the Purple Mic. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Oh my gosh.